Hello! Elias, you want to share with the people
No.
what we were talking? Okay. Fair enough. We got Jukatox and Haywire. I should have looked. I just decided I was gonna come about 5 minutes ago. Who's ahead in standings right now?
Haywire is very much ahead in standings with a grand total of 179 swag points, whereas
Flag point.
they're the swag points, you know. Like I know
Yeah.
people have missed me on the mic, and I have coined the swag points term, and I will accept absolutely no other definition other than swag points. Um, whereas Juka is sitting at a healthy 136 swag points.
Nothing to scoff at. Okay, so I just did the SMS bingo tools count. It is a 13-point game if Jukatox wins, or 7 points for Haywire. That's what's on the line here. 13 or 7 points, depending on who wins. Oh, we see the card. This is row control. Oh my gosh, row 2, 5 links and 7 links? That's fun for a row.
All right. First things first. Let's just go for like for an approach. It's an overview of the card. Already Rico Pinna looking pretty strong when it comes to blue coins. 5 boss shines. 4 uniques. I mean, when it comes to rows, row 1 is just bosses, so it probably like it row 1 is low-key kind of Serena thingy, I guess. The problem is that you lose a bit of synergy with goal like column 1, row 5, but you probably don't care about it. You can get the 4. The problem is you're kind of banking on this 5 NPCs and the boss shines. If you lose on some of these, you might be in trouble. Row 2, as you mentioned, has pretty good synergy, and with Pinna.
And that's like, if you're trying to get to Pinna quickly for those links, you could potentially also be getting to Noki quickly for both Goldbirds, or you could maybe be trying to pick up blues along the way for 65 total.
Yeah, but I think at that point you're probably not gonna be straight up rushing Pinna, but I think a 50 from 2 or 150 from Delfino, with a 50 from 2 maybe being Rico and something else. I don't really know yet. Just looking at the card. Row 3, Noki has some decent value here. Shine count in general has some decent value here. 8 from 1.
I agree.
8 from 1 kind of throws a spanner in the works, but it's a late game goal anyways. Row 4 is just blues galore. 7 bluebirds as well. That kind of poses a dilemma, because if this game could be either a clean win, in my opinion, with a play that's Rico into Pinna, for instance, and then into Noki late maybe, or it could drag out, because I think finding a win condition with 9 goals here is doable, but as soon as something drops out of the picture, it's gonna be really messy. So this game has the potential to be pretty interesting, in my opinion. Also, I should get into the chat, should I? Let's see all the wonderful people from Twitch. So Schmidt, how was your day? Whilst we wait for the very fun.
My day's okay. It's only 2 o'clock here, so had breakfast. I streamed a little bit, doing some IL stuff, so it was okay. How was yours?
I mean, I had to do a bunch of things, as I already mentioned. Playing to you at least. Played a bit too much basketball. Then was like 7:45. Like, oh right, I have to go
home. How does this work? I see in chat. So it's lockout bingo. So each goal can only be clicked by 1 player, and it's row control. And so they're trying to win a row, which means getting 3 out of 5 of the goals in that row. And to win the game, they have to win 3 rows. Hopefully that was a good enough explanation. Someone might be able to share in chat the command for row control or lockout. I noticed with Noki, there is like 5 Noki goals: Eel Shine, Eel Blues, Noki 100, Goldbird, 4 Noki. They're all in different rows. That I thought was really funny.
Yes, and it actually is kind of good, because Noki is definitely one of those stages that suffer from a bit of an underutilization, not due to any fault of the balance team. It's just that it's really hard to find good goals for Noki. So to see a lot of
Yeah.
Noki value here means that Shine Count is going to be really important, and that's great.
Yep. 15 M's on the card. I don't see a huge reason to start Pianta, but you could get to 15 M's really quickly if you did like just Bianco 2 into Rico. That's normally a goal that can get clicked off pretty fast, but
Okay,
that might put you behind to other things, so I don't know if that's worth it.
all right. Pianta into Pinna is a play that if it works and everything goes to plan, it can win you the game. Might have to do some creative thinking along the way. It's not that really clear cut, but it might win you the game. Problem is, if you slip up, then you are royally insert your preferred epithet for intercourse in the bottom position. So it is a very risky play. I wouldn't go Pianta myself on this card, especially because knowing these players, there's not that much speed differential. Haywire definitely is ahead in the chart because routing. All right.
Yeah, I want to
So
say Juka is the faster player, like in terms of pure any percent speed, which Bingo's not all
yes,
about any percent, but I think they have the better any percent time.
but the speed is comparable, so it's very risky if you go for that play and you know you don't have the buffer time, you don't have that buffer goal, that extra speed that allows you to, all right, I can guarantee this and this goal if I focus them, because then you risk really dropping off, maybe make a mistake, and then your entire route goes in the bin, and that's not great.
Yeah, we were talking about Pianta. I mean, you've got like 8 from 1 potentially, which has kind of some synergy with 7 Bluebirds for Pianta. Um, and then I don't know if you get the Pinna first, you might do 7 Pinna Beach Blues in row 4. I don't know what your third goal in row 4 would be, or what your other row 3 goals would be. 3 Hidden's an
um
interesting one.
See that, like
Um,
that's the thing. In row 4 you could go for the 4 eel blues and you just go straight up, just rush shine count
mhm,
100%. The thing is, there's counterplay, there's a sandbird, it's there, and
mhm.
Gelato isn't so bad. I mean, to have to do 4 sandbird blues, it's bad. All right, it's pretty bad. But you have the 4 uniques, you have the 5 bosses. Gelato is not that bad. You unlock better shines for Gelato 100, so it can work. All right, probably don't want to do it yourself, but it can work if you're forced into it. So
I think if you see that as your way to block your opponent, you would do it, but that's the only reason. I don't know if it'd be worth
exactly,
it on its own.
exactly.
But
But
yeah.
but it is not one of those situations where you, as the player, can force the opponent into Gelato because they have to block a win condition, and then you can go for another win condition. It's not that bad. So it is really interesting as a scenario. The both
We do
players
see both
opting
players.
for Gelato.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see whether they stay here in Bianco or, grab some Delfina shines and try to get to Rico.
All right. No player opening Pianta, clearly with this choice, or at least at the moment, as no player has chosen to open Pianta.
I see one Yale blue. Haywire does not get the Yale blue. Juka in the lead, both in time and by 1 blue coin.
Princess, look! On the statue's head!
Okay, so we haven't talked about 5 NPCs and 4 foot ladies, which could come into play,
Oh,
honestly.
true.
If you want to adopt them more like Bianco into Rico, no, like you can say screw the shine count. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I have my plan. It's probably not gonna be something my opponent will do. Maybe that's a good way to block some interesting goals. For
Yeah.
especially the 7 Pinna Beach Blues. Unless they're gonna pull a switcheroo and they're both gonna go for Bianco early, which will be interesting to say the least.
Haywire. Where are we going, Haywire? We just grabbing blues?
Grabbing M's.
Grabbing M's. This might be sort of a soft 15 M's rush if they enter Bianco after this.
All right. I'm sorry, but I never understood the term soft rush. You're not rushing
Well,
then. You're just trying to collect the goal in a somewhat fast speed, which I guess is the entire point of this competition.
okay, then it's not a soft rush. It is them going for 15 M's as
Okay,
something early
okay.
in the game.
Sorry,
not
it's a
rushing.
pet peeve of mine. Juka going for
Maybe not
100,000.
though. if they wanted M's, they would be entering Bianco, I would think. But they're
Uh,
not.
you can finish M's with Pinna, but it is really kind of questionable, I think. M's tends to be one of those goals where it's almost always good. Okay, Haywire's struggling quite a bit here.
Yeah, Coconut's not being nice to him. Looks like both are head towards. Yeah, both are head towards Rico. I think Juka thought about doing DeLorean, but is just taking the Chuckster.
Okay.
That's what I
Okay,
do.
Juka might be rushing Rico. Hay enters here. But
Yep.
Juka is not rushing Gelato because they would have collected
Beat
Beat
Shine.
Shine. So unless maybe it got a bit messed up with the order, but no. They're going directly for Rico, so that works.
Yeah, so what does Juka start when they get into Rico? There's definitely plenty of Rico value, but like, do they do all 23 Rico Blues in episode 1? Especially if they don't know where Haywire is, they could think that it's contested.
Alright.
I don't love that play most of the time, but just because it's.
But it's row control.
That's a pretty big commitment.
It is row control though. That's the point. Like you every goal is more important here. Making a hard commit tends to be less punishable simply by the virtue of the fact that you need 9 goals to win at minimum.
Yep.
Instead of the usual 13. So if you make a hard commit for a goal, it can be a goal that would be questionable to commit to in other formats. Could be a good play here. So for instance, Haywire here is committing a lot to blues, but it's mostly added value blues. So linked pairs, M's, here and Bianco. So not going for the 20 Bianco blues, but getting all the blues that have additional value on the card. Which is a good
20
play.
Bianco blues is kind of a weird goal on this card. I mean, you have to go all the way to Bianco 4. It's not the fastest. So that might be like a later goal that someone gets to finish that row potentially if they need to.
We haven't talked about totals as well, but there's only 65 and 50, so not blues are still pretty strong, I would say, on this card, but they're not the ultimate test, because sometimes you can win in row control just for going for blues. You can literally just blues in some matches, and they're rare, but they can happen. This is definitely not one of those matches, but sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I was going to say that would make our 10 Shines, No Shines players happy whenever they have a chance to finish off rows just blues.
Look. If you're playing a category that's called 10 Shines, No Shines, and it's shorted, it's literally 10 suns, all right? You're creating a paradox, right? I'm pretty sure you know where I'm coming from with this. It's because you know what I mean. It's pointless. It's pointless. It makes no sense to go for this.
It's 10 Shines, No Shines. What's paradoxical about getting
the fact that you're collecting
shine?
the fact that you're collecting you're still collecting shines. Your counter still goes to 10 shines, and the short end is literally 10 suns, which is ironic in my opinion. That said, Juka is going for quite a lot of blues here.
Yep.
But
some of the slow ones.
Yeah, and most of the all of the Rico 1 specific blues as well.
Yep.
So I think I kind of agree with this because doing 23 from the free levels is faster. And I think you can still say if you lose that goal, but you got most of the other blues, it's fine because you still have the added value, you still have the M blues, you still have the linked pair, it's not the worst thing ever. So you can deal with it.
Beginning of matches are always so nerve-wracking for me, like not knowing where my opponent is. Like right now, both of these players could easily be thinking that they're racing to the goal that they want. Haywire, that almost looked like an attempted travel skip. No, okay, they're staying here in Rico. For a second, it looked like they were going to go back to Bianco, but they're not.
Trolling skip?
Yeah.
Maybe using it for some travel skip practice. I mean... Okay,
Looks like Haywire
so
is going to try to wrap up the rims.
yes. Not sure if that's gonna be turned into an attempt for all the Rico Blues, but I don't think so. I mean, again, it's okay to collect the Rico one specific ones. Besides the submarine, collect the submarine is a bad choice. Don't do that, players. Submarines are bad. Says the
It's in
person that
Ramado's
commented.
playlist to collect the submarine.
I know, but it's sub. I don't know. Submarines are bad. It's just. Listen. I make planes, all right, and I could make ships, but not submarines. Submarines are weird. We do not endorse submarines here.
Not even yellow submarines.
No, I'm sorry,
Sad.
Beatles fans. Maybe I'm scarred for life from an online escape room, that thing that we did. I mean with some friends, and it was the most garbage thing ever. And it had a not like a Nautilus theme, which is obviously a submarine. So I'm scarred for life from that. I will forever hate submarines now. The worst 5
so
euros of
Juka,
my life. Sorry.
Juka Z-menued, so we know she needs just 9 more blue coins to get 23. So her total will have to be 27. So that's the number we're looking out for, assuming she re-enters Rico after this. This might wrap up M's for Hay. Yep, there's the click.
All right. Okay, I'm not sure I agree with the pathing here, but it's okay. Taking it safe. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah, that's fine. We've seen a lot of players, including myself, try to get back to like the helipad platform from those girders and just fall into the black heap, which is definitely slower than what Haywire did.
Exactly. Like, sometimes it's okay to... That's not gonna work.
No. Blows my mind the developers expected like casual players to be able to get that. I don't know how I got that as a kid. I know I did because I got 120 shines. I don't remember it taking me forever, but I feel like it must have. I was not good at video games.
That's okay. It's actually okay to get. It's not that bad, in my opinion. Even if you're not doing the fast hover slide, but you're just doing a normal spray slide, you can still get it pretty easily.
Haywire is getting quite a few blues. Are they thinking about 23 right now?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
falling down.
Maybe they are, but it's not gonna work, Chief.
Yeah, where's Juke at in her progression? I haven't seen her blues totals. Okay, 3 more for Juka.
One more.
Last one. I imagine the click will come right away.
Oh.
It does.
And,
So we're 1-1 here.
All right.
Well, 0-0 in rows.
All right. So if you're Haywire now, you know you're behind in Rico, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Or at best you're equal in Rico, but unless it's your only option, never try to plan with at best in bingo. Just don't. It is not something to count on, right? You should always count on what's reasonable. That's generally, I think, good life advice. Just count on what's reasonable. Don't expect too bad, don't expect too good. Just plan for what's reasonable. So Juka's
re-entry.
Yeah, exactly. And that's no secrets, but there's obviously extra blooper available from episode 5.
And exiting.
Okay.
Thought about it, changed their mind.
Thought about it, decided I'll eat the time loss, sure.
Yep.
And then decides to re-enter.
Okay. they might have wanted the Rico 2 hit. Yeah, I think this is now going to be a play for 3 hits from Juka. I don't know if they're, planning on going over to Gelato and doing those 2 hiddens in Gelato immediately following this, but to me it looks like a play for 3 hiddens.
Okay, so, and I mean, it does make sense, but all of this carousel basically costed Juka 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Which is not ideal.
And also, because they were already in Rico 4, is it that much slower to do Rico 4 and Rico 4 hidden than Gelato
Yes.
1 and Gelato 1 hidden?
Yes. I mean,
Rico 4 is that much slower than Gelato 1 that exiting area makes
no,
sense?
I mean, okay, wait. So basically, the idea is you need to do Rico 4 reds, and then do Rico 2, and then do Gelato Sand. I think that if you're
Rico 4, yeah.
If you think it's a race, since you don't, technically speaking, I think Juka might have been a bit spooked by the fact that Haywire has clicked the 15 Ms, so has likely access to Bianco, so likely has access to a very fast hidden, which is Bianco free reds.
Yep,
so if Haywire was not going for this, Haywire would be definitely in Gelato right now, completing the free hidden shines, which is something I think Juka realized.
Row control for me is like the hardest format because you have to prioritize certain rows, but by prioritizing them, if you get beat to stuff, it can be really hard to get back into it and have to adapt on the fly to a different route.
Row control is definitely one of the more brainy formats, as in even if you had a somewhat large speed differential, you can definitely outbrain your opponent.
Yeah.
But it is also sort of a specific science. I don't know how to put it. You know, like how chemistry gets its own thing, and everything else is physics. Yeah, that's row control in bingo. It's definitely its own thing. It has its own rules, it has its own formats. They can be deduced from other formats, but it's different enough that it gets its own lessons, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so Haywire did not do Rico 2 hidden. He finished Rico 2, but did not go back to the hidden. Grabbing
setting up. Definitely setting up for later plays.
Yep.
This is more of a regular lockout thing, generally, where you set up quite a bit, and then you basically just take with what you can. In row control, it can kind of come back to bite you in the buttocks, because if your opponent goes for that kind of 9/10 goal route, that's kind of risky, but it completely counters the setup, because before you know it, it's gone. Your opponent planned for it. That said, I personally do not disagree with this going to Gelato right now, because you still have to open Gelato anyways, because Pinna is that valuable. You still want the birds. You still get some pretty fast shines out of it. It's okay.
Yep, there's also linked coin here.
There's an M if you're into that. But, I mean, none of it matters right now, but it can be used to finish a 15 or a 17 sometimes. But the big prize here is the birds, I think. Not necessarily for now, but a setup for later, and the linked as well. Man, this is becoming a pretty intense blue game already.
Yeah, they're both collecting quite a few. Haywire has had more available by nature of going to 3 levels instead of just 2. In theory, he could have gotten 50 here in Gelato, but I think because he didn't collect enough in other places, he won't quite be able to get up to 50 here in Gelato. Nor will Juka, I think, be able to get up to 50 in Bianco, if that's where they stay.
So the only how to put it, Juka is going to get away with this thing that I'm about to mention, but They
Haywire
should
getting
not.
trolled.
They should not get away with this. What I mean with this is the fact that they have 32 blues, 8 shines, and Pinna is really important. You are over
Yeah.
prioritizing levels that are not Pinna at the moment, I think. Because
Yeah, they could enter Pin and get their 5 links. They, I agree.
yeah, also I don't know if any of the players have gotten 50 coins. I definitely feel that if you're in Rico 1, you're getting all those blues. 50 coins is not that much longer.
Yep.
But that's a minor thing. The really important thing is if you go to Pinna and you do get make the right move, that is basically row 2 on lock. Because if you are ahead, you can guarantee yourself the gold burst shines by virtue of doing really fast shines because Delfino sucks here, and you can guarantee yourself the 5 and 7 linked. So you have a row. It's already a row play, done. And
Haywire did not stop for the birds. I think Haywire really wants both 5 and 7 links.
I think Haywire realizes they are behind, and that's a good move.
Yeah.
Honestly, it makes 100% sense. Because
So now they
yeah,
can trade into Pinna?
yeah, if you lose hiddens, okay, that row is basically late game commit stuff. 5 Bianco shines, Noki hundreds, Gelato hundreds is pretty slow. 8 from 1, you need to commit a lot. So it's not the worst. It's a row that requires a lot of time. If you trade that for an advantage in that row for row 2, that's good because row 2 is the low-hanging fruit here in this match.
Yep.
Yeah, and Haywire's gonna enter Pinna before Juka.
Yeah, and if Juka wants to go to Pin after this, they'll still have to trade. They won't be at 10 shines. They'll have to trade, so that's slowing them down
Yeah.
even more.
So my bad. Juka is not gonna get away with this. I was wrong. Now
Stop with the
Haywire.
birds here. Not the worst call. 7's gonna be interesting. Like the 7th bird typically comes in like Pianta 8 or Bianco 6, and neither of them have significant progress to those. It'll be interesting if 7 birds ends up being a goal that's needed at the end, and neither of them have significant progress to it.
I think that by virtue of row 1 existing, Bianco is a stronger option naturally, because
Yeah.
the boss availability. And Juka's having struggles with the bird here. Okay, manages to get it by the skin of their teeth. But this is all wasted time right now because those birds are not going to help you right now. They're going to help you later in the game, but that's later in the game. So I definitely like Haywire's position. What Juka has going for them is advantage into hidden chance from 1 level, advantage in 50 totals, and also I do not like the fact that Haywire went for Beach Shine instead of Beach Pipe because there are 6 pipes on the card. But that's a very nitpicky thing. It's okay.
There are 13 Delfinos, so he would probably need to get Beach Shine eventually if he wants that, but yeah, Beach Pipe probably would have been a slightly better option because there's 6 pipes.
That's just me being a bitch, alright? I'm just nitpicking, so don't worry. Haywire, if you hear this, you're probably gonna be like, yeah, that makes sense. But don't worry, I'm not gonna hold you for it. So Juka.
Okay, now, does Haywire click immediately? He does.
Yeah. And that's a smart.
Didn't know if he would wait until he gets all the way up to 7 or not. That is probably the right play from Haywire, because Juka could be in Pinna with them. They could be doing the linked world tour for the 5 that don't include Pinna.
Yeah. Now there is a thing that you can do if you're into the psychological warfare aspect of bingo. This is something that I really like to do. Not necessarily more than like to do because I tend to be the slower player, so I cannot afford it. But I would like to do it if I was faster. Is if you have 5 links, you don't click it, and you start getting 7. Okay. Ideally, you get 7 before your opponent gets 5. You let your opponent click 5 so you can click 7. Just that I feel that psychologically that would be pretty rough. Either
Maybe,
that or
but then
you're
you lost
left.
a goal.
Yeah, you lose a goal, but you're. You know the Count Dooku signature look of superiority meme? That's that, but bingo. Okay? And that has to mess up a player's head. Okay?
How many blues does Haywire have? They traded 30. They're at 41. Are there 9 more for them to finish 50 before starting this boss fight? think there are.
I think that Haywire's play would be to do this and then enter the boss fight, so they can do 7 the beach pinna blues and finish at 50 with
True.
those. That doesn't mean risking the 50, but I think that row 4 is a bit better to contest as well, because if you get there, you equalize that, then you're ahead to 20 Bianco blues, probably, and I don't know, it just forces the tie there. Whereas getting more stuff in row 5 is not. I don't know. I prefer row 4. I don't have the right tools to articulate now, but I prefer row 4 for a play right now.
Doesn't
But
look
maybe
like Haywire agrees with you. Looks like they're trying to get their 50. Which
it's
puts
okay.
them well ahead to row 2 and 5.
It's okay, but I'm not sure if there's 50 here. Maybe there are.
There's a bird he has not got. And
Oh
one
yeah,
more,
okay.
2
There's
more.
definitely
So
50 here.
there are 50.
Okay, then I'm into it. It's fine, especially because there's still 65 open. Oh, Haywire, you haven't done this yet, right? Yeah, no, there's 50. There's definitely 50.
Yeah, he rushed the links right at the beginning and did not get some of the ones that you typically get early on.
Which makes total sense. Alright, I like Haywire's calls so far. And Juka's definitely suffering from being a bit greedy with the plays here.
They are? Is this a play towards Sandbird Blues? I feel like you only do this if you're at least thinking about Sandbird Blues later. If not right now.
Yes.
I would hold off on it probably, because you can wait a little bit for your opponent to get through Noki, but
no, as I said,
because they're thinking about it.
As I said, Juka knows Haywire's in pin. Alright? So Juka knows Haywire's the lead in shine count. Spoiler alert, Haywire doesn't. Juka, because you have like 15 shines and you still have an open pin, but it's okay.
Yeah.
In case that happens, I still do not like this play too much, because you're kind of... It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because I think I'm behind, I'm doing gelato, which puts me behind.
Yeah. That does hurt. These Plangellos not being nice to Jukatox.
I think Plangellos and nice in the same sentence is an impossibility. Like, I can mathematically prove to you that that's not a thing that you should do or can do, for that matter. Like, whoever invented the Plangello is probably deserving of game design hell.
I like them.
Then you're
like
deserving of game design hell too. I'm sorry.
The goofy cousin to the already goofy Cataquax.
Yeah, sorry. I have a hatred for Cataquax in whichever medium they are in. Even in Galaxy, they suck. Okay, let me tell you the story of why Cataquax suck in Galaxy, right? There's this level which has a pretty tricky triple jump. It's not the worst thing ever, but if you're starting to learn that, it's kind of annoying. It's very precise, right? That level is a pain. It's a straight up pain. Because that triple jump, every attempt wastes 5 seconds. So if you miss it, you're starting to lose a lot of time. And if you miss it the first time, the camera sucks, right? So after that happens, you have to use the Cataquax to just do some gravity stuff, right? And the Cataquax have a tendency to not cooperate. So the few times you get through that first triple jump, and then the Cataquax messes you up, you get so pissed. Because it's like, I did everything okay, and then the Cataquax screwed me. And that's pretty sad. Alright. Now you know what Cataquax
This is
suck.
4 uniques for Haywire. So Juka making a play for Wiggler, like, Wiggler you would think is something that you could do for 4 uniques, and Haywire's taking that away. I don't know if Haywire is somehow guessing that Juka is making the play for Deep Gelato, but I do like this call from Haywire.
I do like the call simply because it makes sense, right? Like, I didn't mention that Serena could be a thing. It's also a pipe here. It's a long shine, and it is more of a setup thingy. The thing is, it's okay to set up when you're ahead. Alright? You're covering a lot of the bases here. And yes, if the setup doesn't pay off, you're giving opponent a chance to catch back. But if it does work, you can cover a lot of stuff. Which is okay. I don't dislike this.
This is a Gelato 100.
Okay, I do not
That's
agree with
weird.
Gelato 100s. I
I
100%
don't think
do
I
not
do
agree.
either. It will almost guarantee that Juka gets row 3, but Haywire hasn't really shown that they're contesting row 3.
Listen, this is like I don't know. It's like buying a lot of real estate in the middle of the Mojave, right? It's all right. Sure, do your thing. I don't think many people are interested, and the price is really low. But do you actually want it? Can you do something useful with it? Unless it's just a 50 coin call, which I still don't agree with. But if you're doing 50, you
They're
might
at
as well go.
50 and they're going for more.
Yeah, no, sorry. Not really agree with this. It can. I mean, it could be relevant towards the end of the game, but if you're not contesting the important stuff, you're basically giving Haywire free setup, and free setup means free win. Unfortunate, really, but see, this is where Haywire's 43 swag points are. It's routing, calls, and so far it's been pretty solid. I would say.
Haywire's at, with Blue's 14 shines, Juka's at 16 shines. So unless this takes forever, Juka's still maybe technically ahead to Noki, but hasn't opened Pinna yet, so maybe not.
Yeah, but if it keeps on going like this, it's not gonna matter. Like, okay, you can
Yeah.
be ahead to Noki, but if Haywire gets 65, alright? If Haywire gets the NPCs and the 5 bosses, and if Haywire gets the pipes, then Haywire doesn't need Noki.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm sorry. It's...
Oh, Fruit Ladies.
Yeah, I think it's just part of Fruit Ladies to get NPCs, honestly.
Yeah.
Haywire still needs 2 NPCs.
Did Haywire get the ones in Serena 1? I did not notice it.
Yes, Haywire got the Nokis and got the Fire Pianta.
Okay.
Now, if Haywire has the swag after this Fruit Lady, Haywire should enter Bianco free to get the NPC there. Because it's faster. Or this is the 5th NPC and I missed one. Which could also be a thing. Besides, it's also progress for Bianco 5 in case you know it's that. I'm just also for the bird if you need it. But we'll see. This looks like some more Fruit Ladies.
Chuck
Chuck
that
it.
papaya. Who needs it?
Yes. Alright. Wiggler time here. See, the gist of this game is right now, Juka's doing stuff to counter Noki. Haywire is like, okay. Straight up,
Yeah.
okay. And it's not interested in Noki in the slightest, which is a good fake, because normally player who wins Pinna should be interested in winning Noki, right? But not sure if it is a call that's intentional from Haywire, thinking, okay, I might have won Pinna, but I'm behind in shine count. Or if it is a call that is just a call. You know what I mean? It's like you make it, but there's no particular idea behind it.
Well, Haywire doing Delfinos. Progress to 13 shines from Delfino and gets them to Noki quicker. So how do they win it at this point? Honestly, I think if they rush Delfinos and Noki, they win. They can do like Goldbird with Delfinos to get them close to 13 into Noki, and then do Eel Shine.
Okay,
and I don't think there's anything that Juka can do to stop that.
Juka can still access Noki faster. Juka is
True.
literally 4 blues on a
shines
shine.
Away. Yeah.
So I think the correct play, obviously with hindsight, is always 2020. The correct play would be to finish with 6 pipes, 65 total blues, and 5 bosses. So Bianco helps with the 65 total blues. Bianco helps with the 5 boss shines.
Yep.
But it does not help with the pipes. Then
Nope.
again, you can do 2 hidden from 1 level, or eel, or with Bianco and your Fruit Lady progress, you can try to contest row 4. So Bianco is a good kind of split play thing, I guess.
I don't know if Juka needs to do Sandbird Blues right now. They see that Haywire has 3 rows with 2 goals, and they're going for a goal that Haywire just does not care about, and has made very clear that he does not care about.
Yeah,
so I don't know if I agree with the Sandbird call. At least not right now.
Yeah, no, it's as I was saying, it's good to have it open. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to have that counterplay for Noki, but you don't need it now. You really don't need it now. Also, technically speaking, Haywire could also close the top row with 13 from Delfino, which might be what they're going for. But they're still gonna secure row 3 with 65 because you still need 3 blues for that.
Yep. 3 more 65. That will be trades. A whole lot of Delfino shines. I'd have to think about exactly what he's done.
Haywire or Juka?
Haywire.
Haywire's done Underbell. Haywire's done Box Game 1.
Beach Shine.
Beach Shine, and I think that's it? Yes, I think that's it.
So with blues, they're at 9 Delfino shines.
Yeah, but the remaining, as I was saying, like there's Beach Pipe is pretty fast, Chucks is pretty fast, so nothing too scary. Box Game 2 is pretty fast, and then they're only missing 1 or 5 blues at that point, which could also be a thing. And Goldbird, I mean, Goldbird is there on the card.
Yep.
Not that you need it because you're gonna finish 65 blues, but just to flex, you can you can click the goal. Oh, Juka almost falling off there. Okay, I don't like the clicking now part of it. I really don't like that because you're giving away that you spent a whole ton of time in Gelato.
Haywire's gonna grab some more blues, help them towards Noki, I think. Oh no, this will be 65 for them after these 2.
I mean, I think the 2 sentences are not necessarily self-excluding. It's like it does help him for Noki, just it's not nearly as close as it could be. Unfortunately, because Jika was not that far behind. We do have
nice
a card.
view.
I mean, this card is beautiful, so we can admire it for a bit. If we had 5 Bianco shines collected, it would look like a Space Invader a bit. Honestly, it would be really cool.
This is the Beach Pipe that you were wanting Haywire to get earlier. His 10th
all right. Rise up, Beach Pipe gang. Let's go.
So how does Juka stop Haywire from getting row 1 or 5 right now?
Juka needs to get row 5. That's the only possibility that I see at the moment. But Haywire...
They're trading, so they might be making a play towards Noki.
The thing is, there is very little synergy between these 3 goals, right? Noki doesn't give you pipes. It does give you a hidden shine, but it doesn't give you 2 hidden from a level. It's kind of hard because you cannot stop everything. You cannot. It's like you know, it's the moment when you're on a sinking boat and you're trying to plug all the holes, but the nuke must keep forming. You cannot do that.
Yep.
And Juka's going Noki, which I think it's an okay call. It's just
Haywire clearly not thinking about Noki at all. I think he's trying to wrap up his Delfino shines right now and take that row away. And then at that point, he can kind of just split play between like pipes and eel or hiddens and eel wait to see what Juke has been doing the whole time, and then go for the other one.
Yep. Besides, Hidden and Pipes have a level where they synergize kind of okay, and that's Serena, which is pretty slow, but you've already done Manta, so it's the worst is done, I guess. So
He'll have to do whenevers, but that's fine.
I mean, if you have all of these swag points and you have problems with whenevers, you're kind of a gangsta rapper that lives like you know the whole 8 Mile rap where like living at home with your parents. Yeah, that's the same thing. All right. So no, I don't think there's gonna be any problems with whenevers.
Yeah, you see people struggle with them. Even top-rated players can have a few misses.
Okay, the spin saying that they have problems with whenevers. All right, I have 9 problems, but whenever ain't one. Despin
is fast.
I know, and I mean, it is kind of a joke. Obviously, I don't really mean it as a actually like a mean thing, but work on your whenevers, people. They're important, right? Right.
Oh,
that's
Juka,
the
you don't need
mentality.
these
You see, that's why the spin has a lot of swag points, right? Because the mentality, the Mamba mentality, right there. All right. Jeff thinking that in Juka's mind it was already over.
Maybe.
I mean, you can still have a chance, but if you think you've lost, you're already lost. That's a fair point.
Yeah, Juka's only going for their own row by doing a Snooki 100, so... Sadly, it looks like they're kind of playing for score, just to secure a row they already have.
Alright, Major, that's something we call in basketball stat padding, alright? Where you just, alright, dude, you can have like 17 rebounds and 28 points and 5 assists, but if your team's lost and all you've done is just stat pad, it's kind of pointless, isn't it?
Yeah, like that click from Juka. I like it. It's a cheeky little, I know you won this row, but what the heck, I'll click this goal.
See, okay, but it's kind of pointless to try to win the mind wars, the mind games, when you've already lost them.
Yeah.
That's a bit questionable, I guess. Exactly. Tober is already on the money.
Free info.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Juka has kind of decided it's over. Juka has to know it's over. I don't think they would have spent all that time in Gelato if they didn't think it was row control. Oh, thank you, Rudhira. Rudhira did clarify.
Rudhira being the helpful human she's always been. Let's all take a bow and thank Rudhira for her service.
Third type?
Look. I don't understand how people can forget that they're playing row control. It's literally the most unique format. I can understand forgetting your draft lockout instead of lockout, you know, that row control? Okay. It's like, I don't know. It's as I said, it's the one format. It's like preparing for a physics test and then it's a chemistry test. Like, you get what I mean.
Yep. Haywire sticking here in Pianta, I think... Oh no, he has 13 from Delfino. I'm surprised he didn't do Grass Pipe or Lily Pad for some of his Delfinos, because that synergizes with Pipes, which he's clearly going for right now.
I mean, Grass Pipe and Lily Pad both require a pretty significant time investment, so...
True, but it's kind of a 2-for-1. So, I don't think there was necessarily a wrong call between those. I'm just... Me being a low swag point player, that's probably what I would have done. Hey, maybe I'm wrong.
Column control. Alright, next season we need column control instead of row control. I'm kind of tired of the rows getting all this attention, you know, and the columns getting all this neglect. It's time to even the stakes. I'll call this movement column communism. Alright?
Is Juka playing for a Connect 5 in row 3?
I don't think it's gonna work.
5 Bianco Shines?
Maybe 20 Bianco Blues, finish another.
Yeah. Oh yeah, finish another. That's true. They're probably just trying to
First click determines rows or columns. How?
I
How would you exactly determine that?
Yeah, I have no idea.
That's for
That is
Amato
for-
to figure out.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
okay, I have it. I have it. You have to add the number of the you click a goal, right? You add the number of the row and the number of the column. If it's even, it's row control. If it's odd, it's column control.
Perfect.
Right. We fucking got it. Let's go. Exactly. It's in a checkerboard pattern. That's exactly what we're going for here.
So that'll favor with it being a checkerboard. Which one? Which one did you say? Because it's uneven. So it's gonna favor one of them by 1.
Okay, it's gonna be 1, 3, 5, 1. Is it gonna favor by 1? Wait a second. 1, 3, 5,
Yeah.
3, 1. So that's 5, 11, 13. It's gonna favor the even, so the row control by 1. Listen, making row control about even more complicated, it's like seeing Newton's law of universal gravitation and then being Einstein and be like, let's go, boy. Okay, that's what I'm going for here, right?
Does Juka finish these 20 in Bianco before Haywire finishes episode 4?
I mean, we can play Minesweeper Bingo.
Oh, true.
That would be glorious.
Put bombs in certain goals and
Yes.
kind of discover which ones they are by doing other goals. I like it.
Yes. You select
So
the
what if you-
stage. You select the stage card. Like goals are all hidden. Then you click a goal. Like you click the first goal. Like goal in the center is never a bomb. And then you see the goals around, and you like to... That's glorious. That's glorious.
All right, Ramato. Next season, figure it out.
Yes.
Dang, Juka not even getting 20 Bianco blues. Unfortunate.
I don't know.
GG. That was done 2v2? What was? Minesweeper or the blind row control invasion draft lockout? Hello, Haywire.
Hello, Mr. Haywire.
Hello, hello.
GG.
GG.
Jukat tried to finish the other row. I presume they're gonna join soon.
Juka not feeling up for an interview.
All right. Okay,
Haywire,
so
that was just all
Yeah,
around pretty great.
Yep.
I'm like trying to think, and there's nothing that you did that I was not a fan of.
he's Scandinavian. He's gonna answer yes, no. It's okay. No, I mean, it is fine. Hey, I have a couple of questions that are mostly nitpicks. Okay, I even
Yeah.
forgot the first nitpick. My second nitpick
Oh.
was, why didn't you go for Bianco free NPC and you went for the other fruit lady? I guess it didn't make sense to in the context if you want to get some fruit lady advantage, but that would have at least helped you going for more. Did you do Bianco free already? I don't think you did, right?
No, but the way I see it, the Bianco NPC in Bianco 3 is by the windmill, and I just wanted to rush 5 NPCs before Bianco 3.
Okay.
Because I felt I had very little info on Juka, and for all I knew, he could have rushed 4 fruit ladies at any point because it was in a row that he needed, that he showed very early on.
Okay. That's fine. It is, lack of information is always a good, like, reason to decide to rush something maybe. The other nitpick was, why beach shine and not beach pipe? I know rush, but I don't think it was that the difference is not that much, and maybe would have helped to do the. I mean, you still did it later. And as I said, it's very little things. I don't think you made any wrong calls straight up in the match. So sorry
Yeah,
if I'm trying to find the very few.
no, it's fine. I like getting some feedback because you're definitely right. I didn't think about pipes until the very end, and I was like, I probably shouldn't go for eel or Noki stuff because Juke is probably there. So I just wanted to get to Pinna fast, and I didn't really think about the pipe. I actually considered it shortly, but I just thought that the Beach Shine was slightly faster, and I really wanted links.
Yeah. If some more information about how the match went. Something that I critiqued about Juka's route. Juka, when you unlocked Pinna, Juka had 13 shines between no, sorry, 12 shines between blues and shines collected.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really questionable in my opinion because basically it gave you Pinna for free. Even if you didn't go for the Pinna Beach Blues. You know that Juka could have been in a really good position then because Juka would have had advantage for 7 bluebirds, 23 Rico, and the Pinna Beach Blue coins on lock at that point, probably. So that was a thing, and I thought Juka would have gotten away with it, but you timed very well. You chose to skip birds, which was the correct call.
Yeah.
So very well played when it comes to calls. Nothing to, and even gameplay. Honestly, you didn't really make any major mistakes. I think at all.
I messed up Rico 1 a lot. I was trying to go for 23 Rico Blues, but I'm kind of glad I ended up losing it.
Yeah, I guess.
Row 4 was bad.
I guess. Final question: why no Gelato play after Bianco? Like, why didn't you do Bianco 2 free for reds Gelato? Do you think that? I mean, okay, you can do the detour in Rico, but then why did you choose to do the blues in Rico instead of going to Gelato?
At what point are you talking about? Before Pinna or after Pinna?
No, before Pinna, as in because you didn't do a free hidden shine play.
Yeah.
Which I'm basically asking you, why was there no free hidden shines play? Because if you had focused it instead of the Rico blues outside of the M's, you probably could have gotten it. So I'm asking, what's the mind process behind it?
I really did not like row 3. It was by far the worst. I don't like doing hundreds, and 8 from one level and 5 Bianco just didn't fit in. I felt the other goals, the rows I went for, synergized more. And the reason I entered Rico 2 was because I forgot to do the linked because I panicked when 23 Rico Blues got stolen. I wasn't gonna do Rico 2. I was gonna do a bit more Gelato, but I had enough shines after the hidden to get to Pinna, and that seemed way more important.
No, that's perfectly fine. I understand the comment because we did say when Juka was focusing row 3, I compared it to like buying real estate in the Mojave Desert. It's like, yeah, cool, but nobody cares about that row because it's really so slow. So it does make sense. I guess it's nice to have that kind of like edge if that row comes into play at the end of the match, but it didn't.
Yeah.
And that's also very valuable. Ramato here finding the optimal 9 goal route as always. You can see that in the chat. And I think after that, I have nothing more to add. I don't think there's much more to add in general. So I think we can wrap this up, right, Schmidt?
Yep, I think we're good. Next up, we got PK versus Jeff Compass, I believe. Jeff is the favorite player, but PK loves beach money and fire pianta, so you never know what'll happen.
Right. So stay tuned and enjoy the next match. See you in about half an hour.